Genesis 30 verses 1 to 43. Nainggit si Raquel sa kanyang kapatid sapagkat hindi siya magkaanak. Sinabi niya kay Jacob, "Mamamatay ako kapag hindi pa tayo nagkaanak." Nagalit si Jacob at sinabi kay Raquel, "Bakit Diyos ba ako na pumipigil sa iyong panganganak?" At sinabi ni Raquel, "Kung gayon, sipingan mo ang alipin kong si Bilha upang magkaanak ako sa pamamagitan niya." At pinasiping niya kay Jacob ang kanyang aliping si Bilha. Nagdalang tao ito at nanganak ng lalaki. "Panig sa akin ang hatol ng Diyos," sabi ni Raquel. "Dininig niya ang aking dalangin at ipinagkaloob ang anak na lalaki. Kaya Dan ang ipinangalan niya rito." Muling nagdalang tao si Bilha at nanganak ng isa pang lalaki. Sinabi ni Raquel, "Naging mahigpit ang labanan naming magkapatid, ngunit ako ang nagtagumpay." Kaya tinawag niyang Naphtali ang bata. Nang mapag-isip-isip ni Leah na hindi na siya manganganak, ibinigay naman niya kay Jacob si Zilpah at nagkaanak ito ng lalaki. "Mapalad ako," sabi ni Leah, "kaya God ang ipapangalan ko sa kanya." Si Zilpah ay muling nagdalang tao at nagkaanak ng isa pang lalaki. Sinabi ni Leah, "Masayang masaya ako. Masayang itatawag sa akin ng mga babae." Kaya tinawag niyang Asher ang bata. Anihan na noon ang trigo samantalang naglalakad sa kaparangan. Si Ruben ay nakakita ng bunga ng mondragona at dinala niya ito kay Leah na kanyang ina. "Bigyan mo naman ako ng mondragorang dala ng iyong anak," pakiusap ni Raquel kay Leah. Sinagot siya ni Leah, "Hindi ka pa ba nasisiyahang nakuha mo na ang aking asawa? At ngayon gusto mo pang kunin pati mondragora ng aking anak?" Sinabi ni Raquel, "Bigyan mo ako ng mondragora. Sa iyo na si Jacob ngayong gabi." Gabi na nang dumating si Jacob galing sa kaparangan. Sinalubong agad siya ni Leah at sinabi, "Sa akin kasi siping ngayong gabi. Si Raquel ay binigyan ko ng mondragorang dala ng aking anak para sa karapatang ito." Nagsiping nga sila ng gabing iyon at tininig ng Diyos ang dalangin ni Leah. Nagdalang tao siya at ito ang panlimang anak nila ni Jacob. Kaya't sinabi ni Leah, "Ginamtimpalaan ako ng Diyos sapagkat ipinagkaloob ko sa aking asawa ang aking alipin." At ipinangalan niyang Isakar ang kanyang anak. Muling nagdalang tao si Leah at ito ang pang-anim niyang anak. Kaya't ang sabi niya, "Napakainam itong kaloob sa akin ng Diyos. Ngayoy, pahahalagahan na ako ng aking asawa sapagkat 6 na ang aming anak." Ang anak niyang ito'y tinawag naman niyang Zebulun. Di nagtagal, nagkaanak naman siya ng babae at ito'y tinawag niyang Dina. Sa wakas, nahabag din ang Diyos kay Raquel at dininig ang kanyang dalangin. Nagdalang tao siya at nagkaanak ng isa pang lalaki. Kaya't sinabi niya, "Tinubos din ako ng Diyos sa aking kahilingan at niloob na ako'y magkaanak." At tinawag niyang Jose ang kanyang anak sapagkat sinabi niyang, "Sana'y bigyan ako ni Yahweh ng isa pa." Nang maipanganak si Jose, sinabi ni Jacob kay Laban, "Pahintulutan na po ninyo akong makauwi. Isasama ko na po ang aking mga asawa at mga anak. Marahil po na may sapat na ang aking ipinaglingkod sa inyo dahil sa kanila. Sinabi ni Laban, kung mamarapatin mo'y ito ang sasabihin ko. Batay sa karanasan ko sa panghuhula, tunay na pinagpala ako ni Yahweh dahil sa iyo. Sabihin mo kung magkano ang dapat kong ibayad sa iyo at babayaran kita. Sumagot si Jacob, alam naman ninyo kung paano ako naglingkod sa inyo at kung paano dumami ang iyong kawan sa aking pangangasiwa. Ang kaunti ninyong kabuhayan bago ako dumating ay maunlad na ngayon, sapagkat pinagpala kayo ni Yahweh dahil sa akin. Kaya dapat namang iukol ko na ngayon ang aking panahon sa aking sambahayan. Ano ang gusto mong ibayad ko sa iyo? Tanong ni Laban. Sumagot si Jacob, hindi ko po kailangang ako'y bayaran pa ninyo. Patuloy akong aalagaan ang iyong kawan. Kung sasang-ayon kayo sa isang kondisyon, pupunta ako sa inyong kawan ngayon at ibubukod ko ang mga tupang itim, gayon din ang mga batang kambing na may tagping puti. Iyon po sana ang para sa akin. Sa darating na panahon, madali ninyong malalaman kung ako'y tapat sa inyo o hindi. Tuwing titingnan ninyo ang mga hayop na naging kabayaran ninyo sa akin at mayroon kayong makitang hindi itim na tupa o kaya'y kambing na walang tagpi, masasabi ninyong ninakaw ko iyon sa inyo. Mabuti, iyan ang ating gagawin, tugon ni Laban. Ngunit ang araw ring iyon, ibinukod ni Laban ang lahat ng kambing na may tagpi, maging barako o inahin, gayon din ang mga tupang itim, at ito'y pinalagaan niya sa kanyang mga anak na lalaki. Iniwan niya kay Jacob ang natira sa kawan, at silang mag-aamay lumayo ng may 3 araw na paglalakbay, dala ang alaga nilang kawan. Umutol naman si Jacob ng mga sariwang sanga ng alamo at almendra at platano, at binalatan niya ang ibang parte upang magmukhang may batik. Iniligay niya ito sa painuman upang makita ng mga hayop tuwing iinom. Sa ganoong pagkakataon, nag-aasawahan ang mga hayop. Napaglihian ang mga batik-batik na sanga, kaya naging batik-batik ang kanilang bisiro. Ibinikod niya ang mga hayop na tagpian at itim sa kawan ni Laban upang ang mga ito ang laging natatanaw ng mga tupang puti. Sa gayon, parami ng parami ang sarili niyang kawan at ito'y hindi niya inihahalo sa kawan ni Laban. Ang batik-batik na sanga ng kahoy ay inilalagay lamang ni Jacob sa painuman kung malulusog pa o mahalususog na ang hayop ang aasawahin. Ngunit hindi niya ito ginagawa kung ang mga hayop na nag-aasawahan ay hindi malulusog. Kaya't malulusog ang kanyang mga hayop samantalang kay Laban ay hindi. Kaya't lalong yumaman si Jacob. Lumaki ang kanyang kawan at dumami rin ang kanyang alipin at mga kamelyo at asno. Genesis 30 verses 1 to 43, English version. When Rachel saw that she was not bearing Jacob any children, she became jealous of her sister. So she said to Jacob, "Give me children or I'll die." Jacob became angry with her and said, "Am I in the place of God, who has kept you from having children?" Then she said, "Here is Bilhah, my servant. Sleep with her so that she can bear children for me, and I too can build a family through her." So she gave him her servant Bilhah as a wife. Jacob slept with her, and she became pregnant and bore him a son. Then Rachel said, God has vindicated me. He has listened to my plea and given me a son. Because of this, she named him Dan. Rachel's servant Bilhah conceived again and bore Jacob's second son. Then Rachel said, I have had a great struggle with my sister, and I have won. She named him Naphtali. When Leah saw that she had stopped having children, she took her servant Zilpah and gave birth to Jacob as a wife. Leah's servant Zilpah bore Jacob a son. Then Leah said, what good fortune. So she named him Gad. Leah's servant Zilpah bore Jacob a second son. Then Leah said, how happy I am. The woman will call me happy. So she named him Asher. During wheat harvest, Reuben went out into the field and found some mandrake plants, which he brought to his mother Leah. Rachel said to Leah, please give me some of your son's mandrakes. But she said to her, wasn't it enough that you took away my husband? Will you take my son's mandrakes too? Very well, Rachel said. He can sleep with you tonight and return for your son's mandrakes. So when Jacob came in from a field that evening, Leah went out to meet him. You must live with me, she said. I have hired you with my son's mandrake. So he slept with her that night. God listened to Leah, and she became pregnant and bore Jacob a fifth son. Then Leah said, God has rewarded me for giving my servant to my husband. So she named him Issachar. Leah conceived again and bore Jacob's sixth son. Then Leah said, God has presented me with a precious gift. This time my husband will treat me with honor, because I have borne him sixth son. So she named him Zebulon. Sometime later, she gave birth to a daughter and named her Dinah. Then God remembered Rachel. He listened to her and enabled her to conceive. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son and said, God has taken away my disgrace. She named him Joseph and said, may the Lord add to me another son. After Rachel gave birth to Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, send me on my way so I can go back to my own homeland. Give me my wives and children for whom I have served you, and I will be on my way. You know how much work I have done for you. But Laban said to him, if I have found favor in your eyes, please stay. I have learned my divination that the Lord has blessed me because of you. He added, name your wages, and I will pay them. Jacob said to him, you know how I work for you, and how your livestock was fared under my care. The little you had before I came has increased greatly, and the Lord has blessed you wherever I have been. But now, when may I do something for my own household? What shall I give you? He asked. Don't give me anything, Jacob replied. But if you will do this one thing for me, I'll go on tending your flocks and watching them over. Let me go through your flocks today and remove from them every speckled or spotted sheep, every dark-colored lamb, and every spotted or speckled goat. They will be my wages, and my honesty will testify for me in the future. Whenever you check on wages, you have paid me. Any goat in my possession that is not speckled or spotted, or any lamb that is not dark colored, will be considered stolen. Agreed, said Laban. Let it be as you said. That same day he removed all the male goats that were streaked or spotted, and all the speckled or spotted female goats, all that had white on them, and all the dark colored lambs, and he placed them in the care of his sons. Then he put a 3-day journey between himself and Jacob, while Jacob continued to tend the rest of Laban's flock. Jacob, however, took fresh scat branches from poplar, almond, and plane trees, and made white stripes on them by peeling the bark and exposing the white inner wood of the branches. When he placed the peeled branches in all the watering thoughts, so that they would be directly in front of the flax when they came to drink. When the flax were in the heat and came to drink, they mated in the front of the branches, and that they bore young that were streaked or speckled or spotted. Jacob set apart the young of the flax by themselves, but made the rest face the streaked and dark-colored animals that belonged to Laban. Thus he made separate flax for himself and did not put them with Laban's animal. Whenever the stronger females were in the heat, Jacob would place the branches on the thoughts in front of the animals, so they would mate near the branches. But if the animals were weak, he would not place them there. So the weak animals went to Laban, and the strong ones to Jacob. And this way the man grew exceedingly prosperous and came to own large flocks, and the female and male servants, and camels and donkeys.